Hey, welcome back to Daily Hope. We've kicked off a series on relationships, and we're asking the question, how do you make your relationship a little bit of heaven on earth? I remember when we adopted my youngest daughter, Evie, we adopted her from the country of Haiti. Now, if you've ever been to Haiti, it is a very poor country. It's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. But Haiti also had a catastrophic earthquake about 15 years ago now. And if you visit Haiti, the whole capital city, there's concrete rubble everywhere you look. And so the roads are often dirt, there's trash burning, there's sewage running down the side of the roads, there's concrete rubble, and you kind of feel like you're in the apocalypse. And I remember every time we would visit the orphanage where our youngest was, it was a little bit scary being there. Well, when the adoption was being finalized, we needed to go to the United States Embassy there in Haiti. When we got to the U.S. Embassy, there was a series of gates and huge walls surrounding the embassy compound. I mean, wall after wall after wall. Then you get to the building, and it's like metal, very thick metal doors. And then the glass, even the glass on the outside of the building was this like 4 to 6 inch thick bulletproof glass. But then once we got inside the embassy, it was the only air-conditioned place we'd ever been to in Haiti. And all of a sudden it was like, wow, we're back in the United States. Well, Scripture describes that this world is broken by sin. In fact, we're going to learn more about that as we study our relationships and why they're so broken. But what God's desire for the Christian family to be, what he desires for your home as a follower of Jesus, is that just like that embassy was a little outpost of the United States in a foreign country, that your home would be a little outpost of heaven on earth. How do we get there? It happens as God changes us, and it only happens if we allow him to change us. And where this gets very practical is we have to allow God to change the way we think about ourselves and the way we think about our spouse and our family members. So maybe you're someone who you were raised to harbor a grudge and hold a grudge and never let someone forget when they've made a mistake. That might be in your personality, your disposition, your family of upbringing. It might be all of the above. But Jesus says, forgive as you have been forgiven. Will you let Jesus change your way of thinking about that? If not, that relationship will not become heaven on earth. If you do let him change your way of thinking, it will start to become heaven on earth. We draw this from Romans chapter 12, verse 2, where God commands us this: don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, which is, hey, you wronged me, I'll never forgive you, or other broken things. Instead, let God transform you into a new person. Will you let God transform you into a new person today? How does God transform you? It's right there, that phrase, by changing the way you think. So today we're just going to put another layer of paint on this foundational prayer. God, if we want you to change our relationships, we have to surrender for you to change our hearts. The problem's not out there, it's in here. And of course, the other people are sinners too, but all you can control is, will you let God change you? So today, would you just let God know again, I want you to change me into a new person. I want you to change the way I think about myself and others. See you tomorrow.